You good?
Hi everybody, how you doing? It's Monday. I just realised that I'm not quite set up. Thought I was, and I'm not. I'll just get that sorted. I'll get the iron on in a second because I'm going to need it. We did a quick little what's in the box earlier because we've had the new Liberty Deco dance in, which is yummy. Really, really, really pretty. And I'm loving those cushion panels. They've all gone onto the website, so they're already on the website. I've put those on quickly, so yeah, have a little look at them. There's a little video we did this morning, a little live, just to show you the new Liberty. They're lush. So how is everybody? Hopefully everybody's okay. Hope you're all well and staying safe. We are going to be doing some little bunny drawstring bags today, which are really cute. I'm going to show you those in a minute. But the raffle went. Sean only put it on Friday afternoon, I think, and it went very, very quickly. So you were all very excited for it. I didn't bring the prize over with me, but it's the usual 3 meters of fabric of your choice, metre of wadding, and then a selection of other goodies, okay, which the winner will receive. It's £120 worth, plus a bit actually, of stuff. So this one was capital idea, and it was where you all would like to go when we're allowed out of lockdown, when we can finally travel. So Josh, if you can, Josh is filming for me today, so we're going to come up close and I'm going to peel away the little piece up here, which is always fun to try and do live because it never, oh hang on, here we go, and we got it. And the winner is, drum roll, the winner is New Delhi in India. So that is Madrid, New Delhi, Elizabeth King. That prize is coming to you. Congratulations. We will be in touch and we'll get that posted out to you, or if you're local you can click and collect in the mornings if you like. But congratulations. So New Delhi was the winner on this one, and that went to Elizabeth King. Okay, so we will do another one. We know you will like them, and it's always a bit of fun as well, isn't it? So I haven't got anything new to show you because obviously we did what's in the box, so we're just going to go straight into it. We're going to go straight into it. Who's there first though? Talk to me, ladies. Who's there? You tell me who's there. Well, I put the lights on. I've just realised it's really dark in here.
There's Leslie, Sonia.
Hi everybody.
Heather's here as well, and Ali.
Hi Ali. Lovely. Hi everybody. Hopefully you're all okay and all well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do these little bunny bags. I was thinking it's coming up to Easter. Oh, you right?
Yeah.
Having a funny 5 minutes there?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's coming up to Easter, and I just thought these would be really, really cute, rather than buying an Easter egg with all that cardboard packaging and stuff. And then you could fill them with all sorts of goodies. So you could put some Malteser bunnies and little gold bunnies and lint eggs, you know. So you know, Josh is like, oh, I found a bunny. You know, I put a whole pack of white mini eggs. Drew's gonna want these.
No,
What's
definitely.
these? Terry's chocolate orange. Now I do white mini eggs. Oh, yum yum yum. And look, there's another little gold bunny there as well. So I just thought it would be a really cute way. If you don't want to have to give chocolate for an Easter present, you could put like some colouring in, some little toys and stuff in there, and then you can send them off like this. And I just thought they were really cute. And you don't have to do the embroidery on them. You can make them different sizes. We're going to make one this size today, but they're really easy to change the size. So you see this one I just made out of some little scraps I had hanging around. I really love this fabric. We've still got this on the website. See, I didn't even trim any of the ends on that one. But it's a smaller one. You know, if you were given a smaller present, you can chuck a little Malteser bunny in there or something, you know, and you could add them in. Some, not Cadbury. Well, you might like Cadbury's cream eggs. I think they're the work of the devil. They're disgusting. So they wouldn't be Cadbury's cream eggs in this house. But Malteser bunnies, this one might be for me. It's an orange one as well. Even better. So that's my treat, because I finally got my 2-stone award today. So I'm very, very happy about that. I'm going to chuck all these back in here. I imagine that Tom and the boys are going to steal all these off me at some point over the next day. That gold bunny is definitely staying with you, isn't it? Yeah. Is that your payment today for getting up and filming? So, okay, what we're going to need... you can come back up to me for now, love, if you want, for easiness. Okay, what we're going to need for this size bunny, okay, and again, you can change these around. And they're all lined as well, which I think is nice. You don't have to do the bunny ears. Okay, you could take the bunny ears off if you if you don't necessarily want to, but really good for little scraps. So I've got 2 pieces of my outer fabric, which are 6.5 by 7.5, and 2 pieces which are my lining fabric, which again are 6.5 by 7.5. You can make them bigger, smaller, have a play around. And then for the bunny ears, I've got 2 pieces which are 3 by 4.5, and 2 pieces for the lining, which are 3 by 4.5. And that's it. And then you need a little bit of ribbon. Okay, so I've just got a little bit of ribbon here. Decorate them as you like. I'm just going to pop my iron on because I've just realised I haven't plugged it in. So talk to me. Anybody there while I'm just fanning around down here?
Yeah, everyone's saying congratulations right now.
To Elizabeth for the raffle.
To you for...
Oh, thank you for losing my 2 stone. Yeah, 2 stone and £1. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's coming off slowly, but it's getting there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the ears. And I did these in pairs because it made life easier. I'm going to pop them right sides together like this, and I'm going to fold them, try and do this towards you. I'm going to fold them along the longer edge like that, so they're going to end up at 1.5 by 4.5, and I'm going to press that really well. Okay, so we're going to just give that a press like that, and we're going to do the same for the outer fabric as well. Okay, and just press those. And then we're going to cut them down. So, what have I done with that? Oh no, where's my round ruler? Hang on a minute, ladies. Talk amongst yourselves. Can't find my round ruler. Oh, there we go. I'll use one of these. First thing we'll want to do is because I tidied up yesterday after I'd fanned around with these. We're going to measure up. So not on the folded side, on the not on the the fold, on the raw edges. We're going to measure up from the bottom 2.5 inches. So 1, 2.5, and just make a little mark like that. We're going to do that on both of them. Except those have just come apart. Get back in there. I woke Josh up. Josh is a bit tired today. He's a little bit sleepy. 1, 2.5. Okay, so I've just made a little mark like that. And then I'm going to grab one of my, you could use a plate, anything at all that's got a curve. I've got one of my little June Taylor Simple Circle rulers, and I'm going to line it up on the very top point here and that mark that I've just made. If you're using a plate, just draw a line and then cut it off. But the joy of the curve is I can just use my rotary cutter. I would use a rotary cutter if I had a new blade. I need a new blade in this one. Oh, good grief, I'm making a mess of this one. There we go. Let me grab the other one. That one might be sharper. I need a new blade in that one. Okay, get rid of those and then do the same on this one. So there's my little mark there. I'm going to line up on the mark to the top here like that. And cut round like that. And there we go. I have written a pattern up for these. It is on the website already. It's available as a digital download as well as a printed pattern. Okay, they are already on there. So you end up with 2 little pieces that look like that. And then we're going to sew them together, nice and easy. So we're going to put them right sides together. So 1 outer and 1 inner, like that. And the same on this one. And we're going to stitch around them, and we're going to stitch 1/4 inch. Don't worry about the bottom piece here. We're going to stitch 1/4 inch up to the point and then pivot and back down. And we're going to do that on both of those. So we're going to go over to the machine. And Josh, if you just want to come up to me for a bit and talk to me, ladies. What have you been up to? How is everybody? Because you don't need to see this bit, it's very dull. How are you all? Anything exciting been happening? Anybody there, Josh?
Yeah, Caroline says she uses a protractor left over from teaching.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that would work, absolutely. Yeah, fabulous. You just need something with a curve. Just something with a curve. And I'm just stitching down 1/4 edge or 1/4 inch down that edge. Obviously, when you get to the curvy bit, just take a couple of little stitches and just work your way around. Anybody else there commenting?
Carrie says, well done, you're looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, getting there slowly, hun. Thank you. That last £2 has been like since Christmas. It's taken me a month. The rest of it came off quite easily, but oh, I've struggled with that last little bit, but got it this week. I finally weigh less than my husband. It's never happened before in our marriage. It's been a bone of contention. There we go. So down that one. Cut my thread. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other ear, okay? Anybody else there having a chat?
Not right now.
No?
Oh. Sonia just said, is there much of a wait for a quilt? Oh, that's gone.
Much of a wait for quilts.
To be done on Daphne.
It's
Oh, on
about
Daphne.
6 to 8 weeks at the moment. We did plough through some last week, so we've caught up a weeny bit, but there is still a bit of a wait, about 6 to 8 weeks. But the quicker you get it to us, the quicker it goes in the list, okay?
Janice is staying in the warmth. It's so cold out. We did have a snowstorm earlier, but it didn't come to much.
It did try to snow earlier. We definitely had like a little tiny flurry, but it was like 3 minutes and it was over. But yeah, it's bitter cold here today. Really, really cold. So we're going to go back over to here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to grab my trusty pinking shears. Now, if you don't have pinking shears, you can clip into this. But since I found this, it's so much quicker. I love me old pinking shears.
Could I ask what diet you're using?
What, sorry?
What diet you're using?
Weight Watchers. But I'm not going to class. I'm just using the app. I downloaded the app back in October. And have to say, I'm finding it very, very easy. I haven't been hungry. You know, it's a lot about portion control, which I definitely needed. But I think sometimes you just got to be in the right frame of mind, haven't you? Once you get your head around the fact that you want to do this, it's any diet will work if you do it. But I'm using the Weight Watchers app, which yeah, it's brilliant actually. I love the fact you've got the barcode scanner on it. I can just go ping. Oh no, that's too many. Oh yeah, I can have that. So although I don't know how much a Malteser bunny is going to be, but I'm having that later. So just pink and sheared all the way around. But like I said, you could clip into it if you wanted to, and then we're going to turn them right sides out, and that's the ears done. So I'm going to turn these right sides out. I'm going to give those a quick press. Any other questions there? Any other comments?
And he says sky's looking back to the north, probably have more snow later.
Yeah, it's quite grey. It's bitter cold here. We're in the shop, we've got all the heaters on, because there's no central heating or anything in the shop, so it's like radiators and like those little fan heaters and all we've got in the shop. And it's proper cold in there, proper cold. So I'm going to give these a quick press. And again, just make sure you turned out that seam nicely, like that. I just like to push that seam right out, and like that. And there we go. I'll do the same on this side. There we go. So, actually, I'm just going to pop a pair of scissors up into the top of that one because that hasn't pushed out that little top bit there. There we go, that's better. Okay, so there's my 2 bunny ears for this one. Okay, I'm going to pop those just to one side a minute. What you need now is you need just one of each of your outers and your inners. Okay, so your lining fabric and your outer fabric. You want to fold your outer fabric in half. Again, this is the short edge, this is the 6.5, this is the 7.5. Just fold it in half like that and just mark, fold it in half, Sarah, that would help. And mark the centre like that. Okay, and then you're going to line your ears up. Now, if I do this towards you guys, okay, I'm going to pop your ears on like that and like that, so that the lining fabric is, this would be the right side of my fabric, okay? This is the right side of my fabric, and this is the lining facing up. And you want them just either side, just what, about 1/8 of an inch either side of that centre mark. Leave yourself some, what's the word? Seam allowance here. And pin them in place. So I'm going to pin them down here, like that. And you want to get your lining fabric. Okay, and I'm using this lovely, it's actually a dinosaur fabric. I know I'm going to make a bunny, but I quite liked it. And you know I love a script fabric as well. I'm going to put this right sides together, like that, and line up this top edge. Okay, so get all that up together, and then grab a couple of pins and pop some in like that. And I'm doing that just to keep those ears down nice and tight. Make sure they don't move anywhere. And then we're going to stitch 1/4 of an inch along this edge. Okay, you all with me so far? Everybody's still there and with me? So I'm going to go back over to the machine. I'm just going to do a quick 1/4 of an inch seam all the way down there.
Gail is asking, for some details about your iron?
The little iron, we have got these in the shop. Well, we haven't got this brand. We haven't got this particular brand anymore. This is an Anzio one. But we do have the little travel irons in the shop, not the travel irons, the little sewing mini irons in the shop. I think they're the So Simple ones, which are quite nice. They've got like a slightly better handle on them actually than this one, because this handle, when you like this, it gets quite hot, but it's got a proper little handle on it. But I think I bought this one because we couldn't get the irons for a while. I think I bought it on Amazon, this one. So, but it's just a little Anzio one. You can put steam in it, but obviously we don't use steam for quilting very much. So we're going to open this out. So I'm just going to set that seam quickly, like that. And we're going to open this out, take those pins out of the ears, and you want to press this seam open, okay? I know we don't press open very often, but it will help later on if this one is open. So I'm just going to do that quickly, like that. There we go. And you've got something that looks like that at the minute, with those bunny ears sandwiched in between. All right. You then want to do the same with your other two pieces. So, but obviously without the bunny ears this time. So you're just going to put them right sides together, like that, and we're going to stitch across 1/4 inch up here. Okay. Slightly different sizes. Obviously it was a bit wonky with my cutting. There we go. Doesn't matter, it won't make any difference in the long run. There we go. Any other questions there or comments?
Yeah, Fiona says it's really cute. She's made a bunny pram toy. Your bunny
Fab.
pram toy. She just put her face on it.
Yeah.
And Shan's here now.
Hi, Shan. So again, iron that seam open. Okay, like that. Give that a really good press. Iron that seam open. Like that. Okay, now this is actually the front and this is the back of your bag. So the bunny ears have gone on the back and this will be the front. Okay, if you want to embroider his face, I would suggest doing it now because I didn't when I was making this one, and trying to get my hands through the little gap and embroider once it was put together was a real pain in the bum. So if you do want to embroider his face, I would do it at this point. Okay, and literally all I did was just draw in about 2/3 of the way down. He's just got 2 little circles for eyes, like that. Okay, it's a triangle for a nose, and then draw his little mouth in and give him some whiskers. Okay, so quite easy to do. It's a bit skew if I didn't found the centre and made him centre, but I would embroider him at this point. Okay, and literally all I did was just back stitch him in. Okay, just back stitching with some embroidery silks and a little bit of satin stitch over there. So I know you guys were asking about embroidery stitches recently, some of you. Sian, when she's home, when she can get home, she's going to do a little 1 o'clock on lots of different embroidery stitches. So I'm going to leave this one without a face for the moment, because you don't want me to sit here and embroider the whole thing. We'll be here for 3 hours because I'm not the best embroiderer. Next thing we want to do is we want to join this into a line. So we want our outer fabrics to meet like that. So you've got something, a long strip that looks like that, and we're going to stitch these two together. So right sides together, like that, and then over to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch this down. Okay, any questions or comments there? Are you all still with me?
Yeah, everyone's still with you.
Cool, fabulous. Fabulous. There is nothing stopping you. I mean, I went with a bunny. I saw a couple of pictures on Pinterest of this type of thing, but I played around with looked at the patterns. I was like, I don't like them. None of them were lined, and I like a lined bag, so I adapted our lined drawstring bag pattern for this. But you could play around with other animals. I think you could do different ears, different little faces and stuff. You don't have to put the ears and the face on. You could just make really cute little Easter bags.
Well, Sandra says you could pleat the letter of the child's name onto it.
Yes, that would be really nice, yeah. And I just thought, with Easter coming up and stuff, we need to start making, if we're going to make anything, we need to start a bit early, don't we? It's like Christmas, we never start early enough. So, you've got something that looks like that. Okay, big long strip. Not much left to do now, actually. So we're going to fold this in half like this. So you want to make sure that those ears are tucked down against the exterior fabric. You want to find that centre seam. So this is kind of the only sort of important bit, is find where these centre seams are here, like that, and pin that in place. And do the same the other side. So find that centre seam, make sure that's lined up. Oh, Joshua, you need a cup of coffee. Wake you up, like that. Okay. And then you need to make a couple of little marks. You can add another pin down here if you want. Actually, that might be a good idea, just to stop that moving. Okay. I'm going to make some little marks because we need to make a channel for the drawstring to go through. So let me see if I can do this towards you guys. How would I do this? Here we go. Let me do it towards you this way. So you want to, on this centre seam here, line up the edge of your ruler like that. And you're going to make two little marks both sides. So I'm going to mark at 1 inch right on the edge and at 1 3/4 inches. So you've got a little 3/4 inch gap here. I put a big cross in it, okay, to remind me not to sew in that little bit. And then I'm going to do the same this side. So I'm going to have to try and do this towards me. Hang on, sorry ladies. So 1 inch like that, and 1 3/4 inches like that. Okay. We're not going to sew in this bit here. So you're going to, this is already sewn the base. So you're going to start here. You're going to come all the way up and stop and back stitch. Start here. Make sure you back stitch all the way down to the bottom here, along, and then you're going to leave a gap in the bottom. Okay. So don't stitch in this bit here because you need something to turn through. Again, back stitch here, all the way down to this point here, back stitch, don't sew in the crossy bit, and then all the way down. Okay, so we're going to do that first. I'm going to come all the way over here. This is very similar. If you, I mean, oh God, it's almost a year ago now, because we did the little line drawstring bags. There's a tutorial, yeah, about a year ago. Because I think it's mid-March we started these. So if you made those, this will be a familiar method. It's just adding those ears in, really, to make it a little bit different. So I'm going to back stitch there. So talk to me, ladies, while I go all the way around.
So Claire says she's late. The work's getting away for 1 PM lies.
Oh, how dare they? Very dare they.
Leslie asked what pen you're using.
That's just a Frixon. It's just a Frixon pen. You know, I use them a lot for like marking and stuff because they just iron away. I don't like to use them for quilting, like all over the front of a quilt, because sometimes they can leave a slight stain. But for like marking bits like this, I use them all the time. It just irons away. There we go. So just back stitch there. This is my turning gap. Anybody else there?
Not right now.
No?
Sorry,
Beth's in helping us do a stock take in the shop, and because it's stock take time, yay! And so she's coming in to help with that. She bought us banana bread. I had cake this morning, so my diet's not going very well, is it? Because I'm going to eat that Malteser bunny in a minute. Here we go. And Sarah bought Biscoff biscuits.
Diana asked what was the size of the smaller bag in ears.
The ears were exactly the same size. I think I made them, it was the same width, 6.5, but I had scraps there. I think they were 4.5, the smaller bags. I literally just made this bit smaller. And as long as your line is the same size as your outer. There we go. So we're going to come back over here. Yeah, this little one, I made the ears exactly the same size, but you could just cut them down a little bit if you wanted to. And this, I think, was 4.5. It was 6.5 wide, the same as these. Must have been 5.5 instead of 7.5. Yeah, by the time I've done my seam allowances and stuff, I'd have done those. But to be honest, I didn't really measure it. I was like, oh, they're about the same size. You know, you could make them much bigger. It doesn't matter, as long as these pieces are the same, it'll work. So I'm going to take my pins out of there. As you can see, I didn't sew in these bits, and I haven't sewn in the gap. you want to just clip your corners. There's my scissors and choose like that, just to get rid of the bulk in the corners. You could, if you wanted to, I suppose, box the corners, but I don't think there's any real need to in something this small. Okay, and then turn the whole thing through. Now, I've made a lot of these little lined drawstring bags, not with the bunny ears, but normally, for all sorts of projects. I don't know if you can see it there in the corner, Josh. You know, I've made some massive ones for keeping projects and all in, and a nice way of using up like fat quarters and stuff that you've got that you like the fabrics of. So pull him through like that, and then you want to just get your scissors or your turning tool in there, turn out those corners. If it was bigger, I would definitely box the corners, but I don't think they need to be on this one. Any other questions there?
Susan Ann says they're very pretty. You can make a pom-pom for the tail.
Oh, yes! Oh, that would be cute. I like that. Yes, very, very cute idea. Oh, yeah, you could put a little white pom-pom on the back, couldn't you? Even if it was just one of the like ready-made ones, just hot glue it on if you wanted. That would be really cute. Okay, and then once he's all turned out, push him through so that the lining goes down in. Okay, like that. Get my fingers in there, get those corners in. Okay, and then give this a very, very quick press, just to make sure all that lining is tucked in nicely. Like that. And I like to press on the inside when I'm trying to get the lining to go down, because it kind of pushes it in, you know, pushes it the way I want it to go. All down the sides, like that, and like that. Okay, last little bit of sewing. So you would obviously sew up the gap, but I'm not going to do that now. Just sew up the gap in the lining. Last little bit you need to do is you want to find these little gaps. So that's the bits you didn't sew in the seam, okay? And you want to mark the top and bottom of them. So there's where the sewing is. So again, this is a Friction, so it'll just iron off. Mark the top and the bottom, okay? And you want it on both sides of the seam. And then find this the other side, like that. And top and bottom, okay? Grab your ruler, and when you lie it out flat like this, you want to grab your ruler like this and just join up those lines all the way around. So you've got like two parallel lines running all the way around the bag. Any questions or comments there? Just want to do the other side.
Pamela just says that it's a lovely Easter bag.
Yeah, I just thought with Easter coming up, we'll do a few more spring-like things in the next couple of weeks. There we go, like that. Okay, so I've got two parallel lines, and this is going to be the channel that I'm going to put the ribbon into. We want to stitch down these lines now, so I'm going to take it over to the machine and I'm going to stitch all the way around the top one and then all the way around the bottom one. Okay, so talk to me please, ladies. I find it easiest to get this bit off the machine, so I've just got my free army bit on. I still can't quite get it all under because there are little bags, so this is quite a big free arm and it won't quite go over. So you've just got to be careful and go a bit slow and steady. Okay, so I'm going to start there and I'm just going to work my way around little bit by little bit, making sure that the back is kind of out of the way. You know, if it was a little bit bigger, you'd get it over the free arm and it'd be a lot easier. But they're diddy bags. So, anybody there having a chat? What have you been up to? Anything exciting? Talking to me? No?
Not for a second.
No? What was I going to say? Oh, we've got one of our auctions on Friday. Our love fact, because it's nearly Valentine's Day. Yeah, all that commercial nonsense and everything. But we all love fabric, so we're going to do a love fabric auction, a live auction, Friday evening. I hope you guys can all join me, and Sarah will be there as well. And it's always a bit of fun. It's always slightly chaotic, but you can grab yourself some bargains if you're quick with your fingers. There you go. So that's all the way around on the top one. There you go. And cut the thread, and I'm going to do the same on the bottom one. Okay, so just tuck it up out of the way. Make sure I'm just sewing the one bit of fabric, like that, and all the way around. Just keep moving it. So anybody there? Anybody chattering?
No more comments yet.
No? You don't want to talk to me today? You will just concentrating, I hope so. Maybe I've just bored the pants off you. Did you all see, you've seen the cushion panels, the new Liberty cushion panels that have come in? They are now on the website. They are going to be £5 per panel, which we could make a cushion from. And then you obviously can buy your coordinating fabrics and stuff as well.
Leslie asked what time is the thing?
I'm going to say
raffle
6
auction?
o'clock auction. I'm going to say 6 o'clock. It might be 7. I'm going to say 6. Sean, if you're there. Sean, what time did we say?
Carrie says hi.
Hi, Carrie.
Pamela's watching you. Just watching, focusing on watching you. Half 6 to 7:30.
There we go. There we go. So. Oh. Pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. Got it.
Sandra says blow the housework. I'm going to make some of these instead.
Ah, yeah, absolutely. Who wants to do housework? My husband's off this week. He's got a week off work. And he's going to decorate my kitchen for me. So I'm going to hide in the shop all week. So I'm just going to give that a quick press and get rid of those lines like that. Make sure that all the lines are off there. I'd have probably gone with a coordinating thread, and I'll tidy this up later, but it's okay for now. Right, it's time to thread our ribbon. So you can buy all sorts of things, but trusty old safety pin does it. So because we want to be able to pull it both ways, okay, you need 2 pieces of ribbon, and this is how I do it. So because you want to be able to do that with it and then go in both ways, you need 2 pieces of ribbon. So we're going to go in this side like this. I'm going to thread it all the way around. All the way around. And you've got to go all the way around and back out this side. Okay, so you just want to get round this way. Pull it through. Come on, nearly there. Nearly there. All the way around. Okay, anybody else there having a chat while I'm doing this?
Ali says he loves the new Liberty.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so lily. I really, really like it actually. There's some really beautiful prints in there. Okay, and then so I know how much I need. I tend to pull it back on itself until I've got about that much and get rid of that safety pin like that. And chop off that excess and tie that one off. Okay, like that. Just literally in a nice tight knot like that. And then good old pinking shears again. You can melt this. If you run my mum taught me this trick actually when she was doing bridal dresses and stuff. Ribbon to stop it fraying. You just trim it and then immediately melt it. Just run it through a lighter or a candle backwards and forwards just a couple of times, and it just seals that edge. But I don't have a lighter at the moment, so it's getting pinked like that. And then you've got to do the same, but you've got to start the other side. So because I started this side, I'm going to start this side and go all the way around there. Okay, so it is a little bit heavy on the ribbon, but if you want that, I mean, you could just leave it as one if you wanted to, like that, but I like it with the 2. I think it's nicer with the 2. So we're going to go through this side like that and do it all again. So anybody else there? Anybody having a chat while I'm going all the way around?
Not right now.
No. So it's a slightly trickier on this one, like that. Okay, just go around the side of this. They all settle down once you've pulled them in. All the way through this side. This is very dull for you guys to watch me just threading ribbon. And then out that way like that. Okay. Chop it off. And let's pull it even. There we go. Like that. So what would I need? About, what was that? About 20 inches of ribbon, both sides for this. So yeah, you need about 20 inches of ribbon. Tie that one off on a knot.
Sean says you can use reindeer antlers instead for Christmas.
Oh yeah, Oh, that would be cute, Sean. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, you could do reindeer like antler shapes, couldn't you? And then like red pom pom for his nose and embroider little eyes. I like that. Oh, there you go, ladies. Start making for Christmas.
Lazy says, how about using a jute string?
Yes, you could do that. Yeah, or you could use just some cotton India tape, or you could make yourself ties out of your scraps of fabric. Just make some long thin ties, like rouleau ties. If you're a dressmaker. If not, just little thin pieces of fabric folded over and top stitched. You could do that if you haven't got ribbon, you just want to use these. And then he's done like that, and you can fill in with all. Obviously, I'd have done his embroidery on there before I sewed it together. I sewed this one up, so I couldn't even get my hand in there to try and embroider, and I had to try and keep picking this up so I wasn't embroidering through. But I will embroider onto him, but I'll keep that open until I do. But yeah, I like the idea. You could put the kids' names on it or something, or just Happy Easter or whatever. But they can keep them afterwards for their treasures, can't they? Little dice bags or something or whatever.
We've seen that there's the holes for the string fray.
No, I can show you up here. Let me grab one of these down. So I've had these for this one. I made 4 years ago, exactly the same method, and it's a big one. It does a quilt. It's got a quilt project in there, and no, they don't fray. They're pretty protected in there. There was a thread there, but I think that's coming from inside. But no, I don't think they fray. I mean, you could hand stitch them down if you wanted to, I suppose, just hand stitch, but you can't top stitch because of the ties and everything. But you can do really big versions. You could get several Easter. Think about how many Malteser bunnies you could get in that one. I've used piping cord on that one, and that one gets chucked around all over the place. I just did because I'm using thick piping cord, slightly bigger channel on that one. But no, those little bits don't tend to fray. You could put a little bit of PVA glue on them, maybe just on the very edge, to stop them fraying if you're worried they're going to. But no, I mean, I've had those ones and many others ages, and they're fine. Because they're kind of tucked in. That edge is sort of tucked in. It's in there, and it's sort of held in place with the ribbon. So yeah, that's it. Little bunny bags. I think they're quite cute. You could make different types of ears if you wanted to, all sorts of things. But nice little project for Easter. So that's me done. Any other questions or comments there?
Everyone's just saying fab. The fabs and thanks. Caroline says you can make Santa sacks.
Yes, you could. Oh, yeah, I like reindeer. I might play with some reindeer ears. I suppose you could make a Santa hat. Could you make like a Santa hat and put a pom pom on the end and decorate his face? Yeah, have a play, ladies. Have a play and see. So yeah, I'm going to finish on a little bit of sad news. I'm doing it at the end because I might cry. For those of you who newer, obviously lots of ladies on here are regulars. I know lots of you aren't, but lots of you will have known her. One of our gecko team, who a darling lady, Leslie, who has been part of the gecko family right from the very, very beginning. She passed away yesterday. I know some of you will know that she was ill, but we heard yesterday. So we're just sending out lots of love to her family. I'm going to try not to cry, but we'll miss her. But I just thought there'd be ladies out there that I don't have your numbers to let you know, but you will have known her from the shop, and you will just want to send our love to her family and let you know. So I'm going to go because I will have a cry. But yeah, I know there's people like Pam Roberts, and Sandra Hatton and people who knew her personally will know that she was a massive part of our family, and be very, very missed. So I'm gonna go so I don't look like this. And I will see you all tomorrow. I won't see you tomorrow. Sarah will see you tomorrow. And I will see you Wednesday. I'll see you Wednesday and Thursday. So take care, stay safe, ladies. Love you all. Bye.